Hello children, today we shall read out 9th chapter from the book of Beehive for class 9th. This chapter is the bond of love, as you could see on the board. I have written it. The title is the bond of love. In this chapter we have to know how animals and human beings make relationships. Is there any relationship with human being of animals? Before you read, I want to tell you about this chapter, the bond of love. As you could see on the board, the name of the chapter, it means the relation of love between animals, wild animals and human beings. This is very strange to hear because as we know about the features, about the qualities of human being, they are not the same as they act and as they look. Okay, they look externally different rather than they are internally. So it is very strange to hear that relationship, bond of love could be found between human beings and wild animals. We have to read out about a story in which a woman is fond of loving an animal. It is a bear, sloth bear, that type of bear which could be found in Southern America. Let you know something about this chapter. Can there be a love and friendship between human beings and wild animals? This is the question at the very beginning of this chapter. Can there be a love, true relationship, passions between human beings and wild animals? This is the question. Of course, let me answer you. It is possible to make bond of love between animals and human beings. It depends on their caring, how much they are responsible for each other. If we are looking after an animal, we are looking after a cow, we domesticate animals like cat, cows, buffaloes, goats, dogs and different breeds of animals. We domesticate at our home and they identify us. Whenever they see us, they identify. They just looks after us also. So this is a very easy to understand the bond of love between animals and human beings by watching the cows, buffaloes, dogs, cats that we our people domesticate at their homes. Next is let you know about an account of orphaned sloth bear that was rescued by the author. The author of this chapter had rescued a sloth bear. He escaped a sloth bear in the Mysore. As I have written on the board, you could see author in Mysore found a sloth bear. Okay, and his wife nominalized the bear with Bruno. Bruno is the name of the bear. He gifted it to his wife. She looks after it as her own child. She was very delighted. She was very happy when she sees the bear because she was fond of looking after animals. Okay, she likes animals. She likes to domesticate animals. Some of the people hates animals. Okay, but see, author's wife was very interested in animals. Next, as the description has been given at the beginning of the chapter, that is sloth bears inhabits forested areas where they could be found bears. Let you know, bears, they could be found in forested areas where a lot of trees or plenty of trees would be there, including the tropical rainforests in India and grassland at lower elevations, just to the part of lower elevations of ground they could be found. And sloth bears have very shaggy hair and long muzzles. You could see fur around their neck. Okay, this is the neck, and you could see just small hairs. Okay, fur, it is known as fur around their necks, using their claws to dig. And this type of bears, they use their claws. Okay, this is claws to dig into the ground to find out their foods, and which can dig into the ground on into hard to reach areas like dead trees for their food. And they also roam for just dry trees for their food, because their food is termites. Termites, it is a kind of just insect, okay, mammals, which could be found in dried trees. Dimak, you can say, and you can hear them stuck up their foods from several feet away. They could realize, they could feel, and just they could emphasize something about their foods being are maintaining a distance. Next, let you know the explanation of the paragraphs. Before starting the paragraphs, I suggest all the students to be focused on their book, going through the text very carefully, because texts are not available on the board. So you must pay attention when we go through the text, and I hope you'd understand well. So dear children, let you know about the explanation of first paragraph. That is, I'll begin. I refers to the author of this chapter. Begin with Bruno, my wife's pet sloth bear. I got him for her by accident. The narrator starts the story with Bruno. Bruno is the name of sloth bear, and it is domesticated by his wife. She looks after it as if it was or it were her own child. I got him for her by an accident, and he found the Bruno accidentally. Okay. What happened 2 years ago? The narrator describes how did he find the sloth bear, whose name is Bruno in this chapter. How did he find? 2 years ago, we were passing through the sugarcane field near Mysore. The narrator, author, and his companion, they were passing through the sugarcane. Sugarcane, just you could see the crop of sugarcane, ganna, which is known as ganna, and they were passing through sugarcane in the Mysore. People were driving out wild pigs from their sugarcane field, shooting at them. As we know, animals are always just useless and not acceptable to wander into the crops. If they are wandering here and there in the fields of crops, in the sugarcane, they will ruin it a lot. They will hurt the crops. So just the people of Mysore, they were driving, okay, away all the wild pigs from their sugarcane field. They were shooting, they were killing them. Some were shot and some escaped. Some of the pigs were killed, but some of them were just escaped. They ran away from the field of sugarcane safely. They could not be killed by the landowners. We thought that everything was over when suddenly a black sloth bear came out panting in the sunshine. Suddenly, according to author, as he thought everything has been over, there is no pig in the sugarcane. Suddenly, meanwhile, what happens? Just black sloth bear came outside from the sugarcane, and it was panting. It was breathing heavily, okay, into the sunshine because it was too hot and unbearable heat for all the animals like bear, pigs. Just bears are in the black color, okay, and black color absorbs a lot of heat in the day. So it was panting. The bear was panting too much. What happens in the second paragraph? Let you be focused and let you know the explanation of second paragraph. Dear children, now I will not shoot a sloth bear wantonly. Wantonly means without reason. As you could see this word, W-A-N-T-O, wantonly. Okay. Wantonly, without reason, as it is the mercy or politeness of human being that we ought not to kill and hurt animals without a reason. Okay, so the author could not accept to kill the bear because it was against his humanity. But unfortunately for the poor beast, one of my companions did not feel that I felt. Unfortunately, it was the bad luck of the bear that one of his companion, author's companion, shot the bear and killed it. Unfortunately, it was not a good luck for him. It was a bad luck for the sloth bear. He was killed and promptly shot the bear on the spot. And he shot the bear and he was dead on the spot. What happens in the next paragraph? Third, as we watched the fallen animal, we were surprised to see that the black fur on its back moved and left the prostrate body. As author and his companion, they watched the dead animal. There was a fur around its neck, small hair just you could see, and it moved and the left prostrate body. Then we saw it was a sloth bear, baby bear, that had been riding on its mother's back. You could see just in the imagination, a mother has been killed and her child is riding on her back. Baby was riding on her back. When the sudden shot had killed her, the little creature ran around its prostrate parent, making a pitiful noise. This is very just sorrowful and sad description of the scenario that the child, just this bear, sloth bear, which was riding on its mother's back began to cry and make a round around the prostrate body parent of its own, because the body of its mother was facing downwards. It was just in the position in which she was facing up downwards the ground. It was moving around the dead body of its mother. It was crying. It was weeping, you could say. It was making pitiful noise. It was crying a lot because its mother has been killed by author's companion. What happens in the fourth paragraph? I ran up to it to attempt a capture. The author says that I wanted to catch the bear, but I could not. It scooted into the sugarcane field. Scooted, it is a new word. Scooted, ran away. It means ran away. Bear ran away into the field of sugarcane, okay, to hide itself. And following it with my companions, I was at last able to grab it. But eventually, it was caught by author and his companion. They did not want to hurt the baby, okay, but they were trying to follow. They were trying to catch it. But who wants to be captured? This is the feature. This is the passion of everybody, even animals, though it is human beings. They don't want to be captured by the different breed or different kind of animal. Okay, just we are also animals. And we don't want to be captured by different breed of animals, because we know they could hurt us. So the bear, just Bruno, was trying to save itself. Bruno, as I am frequently using this name, Bruno, this is the name of the bear, and this name has been given by author's wife. But for the introduction or introductory theme, I am using this name again and again. What happens next? It was trying to save itself by scratching the author, just with the help of his claws. Okay, he was trying to scratch the author so that he would not be able to capture the Bruno. What happens next? We put it in one of the gunny bags we had brought, and when I got back to Bangalore, I duly represented it to my wife. Author took and carried in a gunny bag that he was borrowing along with him. He took the soaked beer in the bag and carried to his home to Bangalore. He gifted and represented the animal to his wife. His wife was very delighted. She was very happy to see an animal as the gift. It was a bear, black bear. Okay, some of the people are very fond of domesticating animals at their home. So she was one of them. She was looking after Bruno as if it were her own child. What happens next? She was delighted and she at once put a colored ribbon around its neck. She offered and put a colored ribbon around its neck. As you could see in the society, when we domesticate cows, buffaloes, dogs, we put a colored ribbon. It may be in the color of any. Okay, only so that the dog would be identified, would be recognized anywhere. Colored ribbon suits. And after discovering the cub was a boy, she christened it Bruno. after discovery, it was a male bear. Okay, male and female, there are two genders, male and female. So it was male, his gender was male. So she nominalized and christened with Bruno. Okay, means his name is Bruno forever. In the 6th paragraph, just we could know and read out about the hospitality of the Bruno. How does author's wife look after it, and what happens next? In the next episode, I'll describe everything. That's it for this video. Keep learning.